Hello guys, welcome to Code with BK. So in this video we'll see the solution to print the digits of an integer. For example, if we have something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the output I want is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, each digit of this number in a separate line. Okay, this is the output I expect. So first, in the first part, I'm going to discuss the solution. I'm going to show how we approach this, how we solve this, okay? And then we look at the codes. So if you're just looking for the codes, the links to the codes are provided in the description of this video. And to each code in the link, there's a text explanation attached as well. So if you're somebody who wants to read and understand, you can take a look at that.
Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon to receive all the latest updates.
So there are two ways we can solve this. The first is basically convert this integer into a string, iterate the string and print each character of the string. So we look at another method where we don't use strings, right? Okay. So our idea is basically, suppose we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This has 5 digits. So I basically first count number of digits. Second, I create array of this size, number of digits size. Okay. To store the digits. And then 3, I populate this array with these digits. Okay. With digits. Okay. And finally I print each element in array, basically printing each digit in this number. Okay. The first part is counting the number of digits in this integer. I've already solved this problem. Okay, you can find the link to the video in the description. Let me quickly write the pseudocode for this. So function. Alright, so this is the pseudocode that finds the number of digits in a given integer. Alright, so I'll write a pseudocode for the method that prints the digits of this integer, and remember these steps. Okay. Function. So the first step is to find the number of digits. Alright. Second step, create array. Okay. So basically your array, which is named digits, okay, is size of num digits. Size num digits. Okay. We will populate this array with digits of this integer n. The next step is basically extract digits and populate this array. Okay. So how do we extract digits? We take the idea of extracting digits from this very solution. Alright. So in this solution, if you observe, in each step we are removing a digit at the units place. Okay. For example, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, in the first iteration we lose 4, in the next iteration we lose 3, in the next we lose 2, in the final we lose 1. This goes to 0 and the loop stops. Okay. So basically we are removing each digit one by one starting from the right end. So before we remove this digit, we will store this in our array and then we remove this digit. Okay. So the pseudocode will look exactly like this, but before we remove the last digit in n, we first store this last digit into our array. So while n is not equal to 0, d is basically the digit at the units place in n. How do we get the digit at units place in n? We use the percent symbol. Okay. So a%b basically returns the remainder when a is divided by b. So any integer value %10 will give you the number at the units digit. For example, 1, 2, 3, %10 will give you the remainder when 1, 2, 3 is divided by 10. So the remainder in this case would be 3, because 10 into 12 is 120 plus 3. In this case, 12%10, you get 2. Okay, because remainder when 12 is divided by 10 is 2. In this case, you get 1, because when 1 is divided by 10, the remainder is 1. Alright. So d is basically n%10. Then we need to remove this digit that we just extracted from n. Okay. We do n is n by 10. Okay. We don't have num digits. We leave this out. After extracting, we need to store this digit in this array. So I keep an index, okay, which is set to 0. This will store the index to which the next digit is stored starting at 0. So I'll say digits of index stores the value d, and then you move on to the next index. Okay. This index will never go out of bounds because the number of times this loop runs is exactly the same number of times this loop runs. Alright. And the size of this array is basically the number of times this loop runs. So basically index will never cross the bounds. Okay. You can be assured of that. So now we have extracted digits, okay, and stored into our array digits. So after we extract the digits, we need to print the digits. But if you observe, the digits will be stored in reverse order because index starts at 0, goes till the last valid index, and we are removing the last units digit first, then the second last, then third last, and so on. So for the value 1, 2, 3, 4, your digits array will look something like this. Okay. So we need to print 1, 2, 3, 4. That is, you need to print this array in reverse order. Print digits. So for I starts at len of digits minus 1 till 0. We print digits of I. So this is how you basically print the digits of this integer n. So if you quickly want to take this example of 1, 2, 3, 4, this will be 4. So your num digits is 4. Digits will be 4 locations. Okay. Indices value 0, 1, 2, 3. Index starts at 0, right? So index is 0. Okay. While n is not equal to 0, n is basically your 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. N is not equal to 0 is 2. D is n% 10. D is n% 10. 1, 2, 3. 4% 10 will be 4. N is equals to n by 10. N becomes 1, 2, 3. Digits of index is D. Digits of index, that is digits of 0 is D, which is 4. So 4 comes here. Index plus plus. Index now points here. Okay. You go back to check this condition again. N is not equal to 0. 1, 2, 3 is not equal to 0. D is n% 10. 1, 2, 3% 10 is basically 3. Okay. N is equals to n by 10. N becomes 12. Digits of index is D. Index is pointing to location 1. Stores D here. Okay. Index plus plus. Index now points to location 2. Basically, index stores the value 2. Index stores the value 2. N is not equal to 0. 12 is not equal to 0 is 2. D is n% 10. N% 10 is 12%, 10 is 2. Okay. N is equals to n by 10. N becomes 1. Digits of index is D. Index is 2. Digits of index is D. So 2 comes here. Index plus plus. Index now points here, and index is basically 3. Okay. N is not equal to 0. 1 is not equal to 0. D is n% 10. 1% 10 is basically 1. N is equals to n by 10. This goes 0 because 1 when divided by 10, integer division by 10 gives you 0. Okay. Digits of index is D. Digits of index is 1. Index is pointing here. Index is now 4. This n has gone to 0. This is false now. Okay. So you have digits array like this. So you start printing this. I starts from here. Okay. Goes till this and prints each digit on each line. So you get basically 1, 2, 3 and 4 as the output. Alright. So this is a long process for a simple problem. How can we optimize this? The idea of finding the number of digits is to know the size of the array that you want to create. Okay. Otherwise you can create say array of size 20, right? And you can skip this step. Okay. First thing. Next, if you're aware about the inbuilt data structures of different programming languages, you can skip the first two parts where you find the size and create an array. Similarly, in Java, you can use an array list of integers instead of finding the number of digits and creating an array. Simply take an array list which can store integers. Okay, so the first two steps are skipped. Alright. One last thing is, suppose the order of the output does not matter. For example, even this is a valid output, even this is a valid output. Okay. So in this case, when the order of the output does not matter, you don't need these first two steps. Okay. You just need the step 3. So when you extract this digit, you simply print D. Okay. And then you move on. So you would not need this, you would not need this. Okay. So what happens in this case? Suppose you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you print 4, 3, 2 and 1, right? You don't bother about storing the digits, right? And you don't need this also. Okay. So you just need to extract digits using this very idea. Okay. And print each digit that you extracted. Okay. On the output. Alright. Again, this will not work for n is equals to 0. Okay. Because number of digits will give you 1 if we add an if condition here. If n is equals to 0, return 1, right? Get number digits will give you 1 for 0. You create an array of size 1. But you say n is not equal to 0. This is false, right? So index will always stay 0, right? And you will have some garbage value in your single dimension array. Okay. when number of digits is 1 for n equal to 0. So what you do is basically you add if n is equal to 0, you simply print 0. Alright. So let's look at the codes where I'm going to show you all these optimizations as well.
So I've written a function print digit that takes an integer n and prints the digits of this integer. And this is the implementation where we convert this integer n to its corresponding string and then we print each character of the string. So let me run this. Okay. Digits of 1, 2, 3, 4 are this. Okay, let me change it to something else, say 109876 and 109876. This is the implementation of the solution that we just discussed using a while loop. So we have this get num digits method that returns the number of digits in this integer n. The method print digits will print all the digits of n. So we have this case for n equal to 0 separately where we simply print 0 and we return from the function. For the other cases, we find the number of digits, we create the digits array, we populate the digits array and then we print this array in reverse. Okay, so let me run this. Okay. So digits of 1, 2, 3, 4 are this. Okay, let me change this to something else, say 17609. Okay, compile and run. Okay, so I mentioned a few optimizations. Okay, so let me get rid of this. Okay, I don't need this. I don't need the number of digits, so I can create an array of say size 20 because an int type in Java will have less than 20 digits. And we start with the last index, which is index minus 1. Okay, and we go till the first index. Alright, so let me run this. Okay, 117609, the same output. The other optimization is I don't need this digits array. Okay, so I can import java.util.array list. Okay, and I can use an array list to store the digits. Okay, I can say array list. Okay, and instead of doing this, I simply do digits.add digit. Okay, and instead of this, I have dot size minus 1. Okay, and instead of this, dot get I. Okay, all right. So Java C and Java, again the same output. And the final optimization was when the order of output does not matter. Okay, so I don't need an array list. Okay, I don't need to store. Okay, I can simply print the value of D that I extract. Okay, all right. The order does not matter in this case. Okay, so compile, run. Okay, so digits of 117609 are in the reverse order. Okay, because the order does not matter in this case. So I hope this video was helpful. So please do like this video and subscribe to my channel, and please let me know in the comments if there is anything in this video which is not clear to you, if there is a concept you want me to discuss, or if there is a question you want me to solve. Thank you.